Hi everyone, welcome to our neighborhood. This is Rosie Felix with Neighborhood Insurance, and we are in Long Beach, California, visiting one of our longtime commercial clients and neighborhood friend, Zeke Luna. Zeke is owner of Metro Sounds, and we wanted to take a little time to say thank you so much for being our client for such a long time, and also to go ahead and get to know a little bit more about what you do. Little trivia is that Zeke and I went to high school together. We are Santa Ana High School Saints.
Yeah, class of 2005. Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's Metro Sound.
Metro Sound.
Metro Sound.
And it's Metro Sound LLC because there's other Metro Sounds across the country and so forth. And so
Okay.
do professional audio.
Good to go ahead and clear that up. But tell me, how long have you been in business?
Well, it kind of started as hanging out with friends, where it started as a weekend DJ thing.
Mm-hmm.
way back when. I want to say it was back to my junior high days, where before I know it, after hanging out with certain friends that were already into this,
Mm-hmm.
before I know it, I'm doing a show as well and so forth, or at least backing them up with other stuff and so forth. And then from there, it kind of propelled into much bigger things. Going from the local, let's say, party services to weddings to quinceañeras to doing larger and larger events.
Mm-hmm.
And before I know it, I'm actually, well, see, there's a big, it wasn't a straight in and I'm in business.
Right.
It wasn't one of those things, or one of these days I just decided I want to be in business for myself and this is what I want to do. This is what helped me pay through college, which helped me pay through this and so forth, as a weekend warrior thing. And it's always been kind of a hobbyist sort of business. And so forth. Like other people, that they have to decide, what do I want to do and how am I going to do it and so forth. I've never really had to do that and so forth. So fortunately, it's been really fun for me that way, where it's not everything I do. Mm-hmm. But yes, I've been at this for over 30 years and so forth, in one form or another. Mm-hmm. It hasn't been a straight shot where, let's say, I started as a DJ, went mm-hmm. to let's say working for nightclubs and so forth. From there I went to retail, music retail. Mm-hmm. And then from there I went to music production. So I kind of jumped around in different things, and I've always kept this as my weekend warrior or something to fall back on.
Right.
And so forth. I mean, I did go to school for some kind of education in music. I mean, I've been playing musical instruments since 3rd grade. Mm-hmm. And so forth. So it was kind of an easy thing to fall into.
Yeah.
But I went to school to be an accountant.
Well, that's a good thing.
And I quickly found out that I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it, and I went back to the music industry, and I've been at it ever since. So. Wow.
Now, you and I got into a conversation, the last time we saw each other, and you were talking about that your business is not something that, say has a storefront or has a business card.
No.
It's more word of mouth.
No, see, it's if you do have a storefront and your clients are the people that walk by, great.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're an ice cream parlor, and you're at the whim of whatever walks by. Or if you do any kind of marketing, any kind of local marketing you do, and so forth. Mm-hmm. We are one of those invisible industries, okay? Where in the music industry, there's a lot of invisible levels of what happens behind the scenes, because a lot of people just know of the music industry from the performers, mm-hmm. the bands, the singers, and so forth. And the same thing for, let's say, movies. They just know the movie industry for being the actors.
The actors.
Yeah. Or the big directors and producers of major film. Mm-hmm. Or producers of major songs. So there's a lot of other people involved within all that happens that are behind the scenes. There's people that are professional, anything. Hey, I hold a stick with the microphone. I'm a boom op. You can be a professional boom op for a long time and be in a union and so forth, and that's your gig. it's pretty invisible unless you're behind the scenes, a grip person or something, or even a production assistant, where you're pretty much you're a gopher, running around getting people's lunches and coffee, whatever, anything to do. But it's you're doing a lot more than that.
Right.
You're helping with keeping things in motion.
Right.
So what we do, we provide a service of audio, okay, where it's always been in different formats as far as, because we started as a DJ,
right,
weekender thing, where eventually a lot of other people that wanted to have bigger events, and they wanted to hire a DJ, but most DJs did not have the ability to, let's say, bring in a large scale sound system and so forth, and they don't know anything about audio other than their music.
Right.
Some singers don't know anything other than their microphone.
Right.
They don't know anything that has to do with everything else that's being produced for them. I'm one of those invisible people that help produce events and things that require audio. So did I go around the question a lot?
No,
Okay,
that was really good. That was
All right.
really good. Well, what made you, or what went ahead, like you said, you went into accounting, you found out.
Yeah, it wasn't for
And
me.
you found-
Working behind
yeah.
a desk in an office is pretty boring.
And for you, was that the moment that you decided, hey, I need to take this business to the next level? If this isn't, the accounting wasn't going to do it for you, what made you decide, okay, now I need to take this, like you said, weekend warrior to the next level?
Well, one of the things that happened is that I was able to work for a lot of other people. Okay, so yes, I did have my own little business happening and so forth, but a lot of times that the people that I would say I would call my clients would send me off to other people that they were clients of themselves. So there's a lot of networking that goes on within our industry and so forth. And after many years of trying different things, one of the main things that I really enjoyed during my time in the retail environment, I really enjoyed the customer service and the client interaction. That after a while you start developing relationships with certain clients that you do business with. And production, same thing, almost in any kind of business out there.
Yeah.
So anything that you're going to be doing, it's relationships.
It's relationship,
Okay,
yeah.
it's not just how many ads you put out and so forth. No, it's who you do business with, and those are the people that drive your business. So, and sometimes there's a certain, let's say, like you said, what's something that launches you into the next step. Well, it's not so much you sometimes, it's your actual clients that propel you out
Word of
there.
mouth.
So there's been several times, countless times, where a client, let's say, hired me to do something for them, and before I know it, I'm doing a lot of that and so forth, and I just had to be ready to say, sure, I can help you and so forth. So little things like when they say, hey Zeke, I need you to do this event for me, or help me with this event, but I need you to, let's say, I need you to up your coverage from $1 million to $2 million in insurance. I said, okay, no problem. I got the right people for that.
Thank you. We got you. So let's go into what drives you, what inspires you,
Oh man.
or who has inspired you?
Well, a lot of people have inspired me as far as in the industry and just in regular life
Right.
and so forth. A lot of people always like to say, well, my dad, my mom, whatever. A lot of it's true. My dad was a very hardworking person, or is a very hardworking person. He's been retired for many years and so forth. But one of the things he did tell me, way back when, he goes, that life is hard. Why make it any harder?
True.
Okay, and
True.
and the other things that on the other side, the other half, my mom was more of the dreamer side of the family and so forth. It's like, and pretty much gave us the idea that we can do whatever we want. Nothing's impossible. Okay, so those two little things, at the beginning, in the infancy of my thinking or whatever, were kind of the core things that kind of inspired me. One, to keep it simple, my dad. The other side, do whatever I want. Nothing's impossible from my mom's side. Okay, and then throughout, let's say my professional, years of working for people and things of that sort, there's been certain managers, certain other business owners that I've dealt with that just, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have had certain trains of thoughts of how to do things, how to do business,
right.
how to manage your relationships and so forth. Because that was a big thing where it's like we're not just in the business of doing stuff, selling stuff, whatever. We're in the people business. No matter what business you are, it's people.
Right.
So the people are the things that keep you going. And so what inspired me? Yes, my parents. To yes, certain owners, managers of certain businesses that I had the privilege of working with, that just taught me things and opened up a lot of doors. That if I was just to be stuck in an office, I would have never seen that.
So you're a student of life, of the world going on around you.
You can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we learn. I think we learn from everybody that comes into.
Yeah, there's a lot of it's kind of funny you say that, because there's a lot of people that go to school and are very book smart and so forth. But when it comes out to, let's say, actual being practical about the jobs that they're actually going to school for, it's completely different. It's completely different.
Yeah.
So when it's, when we have to find people to help us and do our jobs and so forth, we take all that into account of what they know book wise, but also what have they done, who have they worked for, what kind of projects have they been on, and so forth. And then again, we have to kind of reteach them to work the way we work. Every company is going to be a little different. And so forth. But my inspiration has come from a few key people, my parents, some key, owners of other businesses and managers that just, I was able to go through some sales training with one particular retail organization that taught me a lot. And then when I went to go work for the rep firm that I'm actually currently working still. It's been almost 20 years and I'm still here. That has opened up so many avenues of knowledge. Okay, where you get to, it's not just learning by going to school, it's by learning every day on the jobs that you do and the kind of people you work with. One day I'm talking with engineers, the other day I'm talking with musicians. Completely styles and trains of thoughts and so forth, but it lets you be that more of a flexible person or whatever. But but I can talk forever.
No, but it really sounds like you have found for you what works, that you have found something that you're passionate about. I know a lot of people talk about passion, but you really have found something early on, and you learn how to develop that into a career, of every day being able to enjoy it. And not too many people get to go ahead and say that.
And that's the hard part, where there is demands on what we do. There is deadlines. There is quotas. There's all that, we still need to pay our rent.
Right.
We still need to, pay for the gas and everything. So everything does have some kind of, real world things that we have to do and so forth, but keeping the fine line of the practical part of being in business and the other side of enjoying what you do, it's a fine balance. It's a fine balance because it can teeter-totter in either direction, where sometimes you can just say, you know what, I've had it, I'm going to Hawaii for 3 weeks. Forget it, done, no more.
All right.
I'll be back in 3 weeks.
Okay, send us pictures.
All right.
Send us pictures.
But
Yeah. But Zeke, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking this time and letting us, come into your world and getting to see
anytime.
All right.
Anytime.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you for the time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.